Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The first time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
You may be listening to this on a Tuesday, a Sunday, a Friday, but for us, it's all Monday. We're three knuckles deep in this Monday.
And if it isn't a Monday, it will be soon.
And looking ahead on my weather bug, it's going to rain for the next 7 days straight. It rained all day yesterday, so it's a dandy. But,
oh my gosh! All right, so
the Blackstone area, if you're not from Omaha, is Blackstone area here in town, and it's been around. I know the hotel, the area, the neighborhood's been around for 100 years.
Ever.
But the
Reuben Sandwich, hello.
Is that from the Blackstone Hotel?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Well, I'd never been down to that area to go out to restaurants or bars or anything. I've driven through Blackstone, but I've never been and gone out and parked and gone around. We finally did that on Friday. A friend of ours came to town. We had plans to go down there anyway, and then a friend of ours Angie from Des Moines surprised us on Friday, and we just like, hey, let's all just go. We're going to go down Blackstone anyway. We Sophia down there, gave her $15 to drive us down there because we knew we were going to Uber home. So we Sophia, and let me tell you what, if you Sophia anywhere, it's so much cheaper than Ubering.
You can Sophia is much cheaper than an Uber.
I gave her a tip because it was going to be $10, but I Ubered her 15.
Really?
I tell you, there's nothing more. Okay, so that is what started my night of making me feel like I'm absolutely freaking ancient. Is that me, Beth, Angie, driving down, and Sophia's friend. Sophia picked up a buddy because she didn't want to drive all the way down to whatever 38th and Farnham and then back by herself. So she's like, I'm gonna go pick up Mackenzie and we're gonna come and we'll take you guys down. So the three of us clowns are in the back seat. Sophia and Mackenzie are in the front, driving us down, and so it was a cheap Sophia down there.
So there was you three in the back and her and her buddy in the front. Oh my god!
Yes,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we get so that made me feel old enough anyway. It's so weird being driven anywhere by your daughter, and the fact that she also knows she's driving you there because you're going to get loaded.
That's why
you can't.
But oh wow!
Right?
What did I just say to her?
Right?
Yeah.
But then I think, okay, it's reality, it's real life, and it's us making a smart decision. So it's kind of we're modeling, kind of 50-50, good modeling, bad modeling.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go get loaded. But we're not going to drive. So that's kind of a good thing.
That's hilarious.
So we get down there and went to a couple bars, went to a place called Cheeseburger, which is the best cheeseburgers
Never
in the
heard
planet.
of it. Really?
And they're opening on 168th. They're already open, 168th in Harrison too. Anyway, side note. After we ate, went to some of the bars. I'm going to try to put a percentage on it.
Okay.
92%. 92% of every person down there guarantee was no older than 18 in the bars drinking. Everybody
in your
looked
world,
so
right?
freaking young. It was demoralizing. We were by far the oldest people walking
That's
around.
awesome.
And I remember when I was that age, looking at people in the bar that were my age, thinking, "You losers, can't you get on with your life?
Don't you have anything else to do with your world?
Hanging
Get
out with
outta
us
here.
fun kids."
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I just can't describe it. I know I'm old.
But now don't you realize those older people when you were younger, when you were thinking that about them, and you realize at the time they were thinking, I really don't care what you think.
Right. And I didn't care what I didn't care.
You didn't care.
But it was one of those things like there is no way. Is it 18 and over to drink in Blackstone?
21. Thank you very much. But everybody appears much younger, right?
It was so much fun, and there were so many people down there, and it was cool seeing. Just that the mask stuff's relaxing and people they were still like walking, which is still some of the most ridiculous rules in the world. You got to wear your mask walking through the door, but then you take it off. It doesn't make any sense.
Magically.
Right.
Yeah. That's I can't wait for this to be done. I can't. And I know it's just a few more days. The Omaha mandate is still in place. I do understand that, but still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And quick little side note too on that about cleaning things.
Yeah.
Whatever, sanitizing things. I think it's Hyvee. Yeah, it's Hyvee. It has the cart sanitizer deal.
Yeah, I saw one of those Sunday.
Does anybody else kind of raise BS on that? Like, I'm not a scientist by any means, but all they do is push the carts through this light. Like, what does that do?
I couldn't tell if it sprayed it with something.
I watched them over the weekend.
It's just a light?
It's a blue. It's like an ultraviolet light. And they just push it through.
Is that kind of like the light you can wear that's in a hat and makes your hair grow? Because that's BS too.
Are the carts hairy at Hyvee?
I don't know. I don't know. I hate it. It's like I know they're trying to make everybody feel safe.
Yeah.
And so they're going to
and it's
do
not on
whatever they can put in place.
100%.
You know,
and it's not on Hyvee. It's like they were, to me, it's like they bought something that is like, well, they're doing their best to make everybody feel, like you said, feel safe. But it just seems like, what?
I saw one of those Sunday morning. That's funny that you mentioned that because it's like I was walking out and I'm like, what?
Like, are you serious?
Is this? Okay. Walked on by.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah. Weekend though, okay, right now what I'm going through, remember a few years back, I was redoing some stuff in my house and that's when I shook things up and all of a sudden I had scratches on my door and, redid
that's
that
right. That's what woke up
the bathroom and everything,
the ghost,
right?
yeah.
So,
were you thinking about that when you started remodeling more stuff? Like you were
Yes.
going to let more angry ghosts out?
I wondered what's in the walls. Yeah, exactly. But I haven't done any destruction or construction. All I've been doing is removing popcorn ceiling, right?
Okay.
Which is a freaking mess to do.
Have you seen the videos online of people doing that? It's like pretty soothing though. They take the thing and scrape it off.
I've watched
it looks pretty
him
cool.
do it. Oh. The guy doing it.
IRL.
I'm like, wow. Because they spray it down with that stuff and then just take that long blade.
Super cool. Yeah.
Oh my God. It like took 20 years off my house. I'm like, okay, where's that procedure for people?
Where they just takes 20.
Took 20 years off the house when you walk inside.
They have that procedure, but it doesn't always turn out the same way as removing popcorn ceiling. Just ask Brandy Glanville.
That one small little thing that nobody ever actively looks at the ceiling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you feel it now when you walk into a room. In my house, I have 3 rooms that still have the popcorn ceiling. The rest of the house it's all gone. 3 more rooms, and one of them's my freaking kitchen. And
so that's going to be a nightmare.
I know, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But
can't they, instead of taking it off, can't they just like put a layer of mud over it? I think that'd be just covered up.
No, I don't think they can. But he's been doing that, and then doing this right now, and then the carpet gets replaced on Friday. As a matter of fact.
Jeez.
So, and that carpet, I'm not sure if it was original, but it's been there a minute.
Probably was close to original.
Close maybe. But anyway, yeah. So I haven't torn anything apart. You know, like in the bathroom, I redid that room, right? And so that was like tearing walls down and building new walls. So hopefully it's.
And you've had zero paranormal activity since you saged?
No,
just one
not
saging?
one. That's right, yeah. And nothing since. And
Knock on
I also...
something. Yeah.
Wood right here. The other thing I did too is we've talked about this a little, and I want to ask when we get a chance, maybe we can talk to either Rihanna or any of the girls, Dana, about the whole feng shui thing. I don't know a lot about it, but I do know that you sense things differently. Like, and we've talked about this before. What direction does your bed face in your bedroom? I was sleeping facing west. I've switched it around. Now I'm facing east. So my feet are to the right, my head's, and I'm facing the east. So you're facing the sunrise. But I was thinking about, just kind of go through your head what direction your bed was, and it completely changed everything for me.
Mine's south because it could face east, I suppose.
It could. I mean, where you're situated.
Yeah.
When you put it in there, you don't. I mean, when you first put it in there, it's aesthetics. You think, oh, the bed should go over there, and we'll put this over here, and we'll do this.
But it just doesn't feel right sometimes.
And sometimes it doesn't.
But you're right. You may not know why, but when you rearrange your room and you walk in, you're like, oh, it just feels so much better in here.
My room feels twice the size, and it just like. It opened it up, and it's no bigger. It's just painted a different color, and there's no more popcorn on the ceiling. And I did switch it around so the bed's on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been interested in the feng shui stuff.
Yeah,
because there is something to it.
My house
energy
is set
of a house.
up exactly. My house is set up inappropriately to begin with the way it was built because the front door and the back door line up.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing because then the energy goes straight through the home. Right?
Oh.
It's just like goes straight through, supposedly.
Is that why you're so tired?
Probably.
The energy goes right through that. Gosh damn it, catch some of that energy.
I need to shut the door.
Right, yeah. Put some foil on the windows and shut the door.
So I don't know if anybody knows anything more about that. I know I've talked to people over the years about different colors and different fragrances and plants. And I mean, all that stuff plays into it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious.
I bet Rihanna knows. We'll have to ask her next time she's on, which is what, next week?
I think she is. I think she's
week?
coming back in about 5 or 6 days. Yeah, she'll be back in a few episodes. But or Dana or any of the girls. Yeah,
and your paranormal
Angie
stuff
would be another one too.
That you that you were dealing with. for some reason, I don't ever search paranormal, like ghost evidence or whatever anymore. I used to. But for some reason on my TikTok, FYP, my whatever feed, a couple of them have, I've been getting like sprinkled in there this dude who's a paranormal guy.
Really?
And I didn't, there was this isn't an old like TikTok. It was on, what is that? A documentary on Netflix about that guy that killed his wife and his 2 kids in Colorado. Oh, this was a couple of years ago. That happened in 2018, I believe, is when it actually happened. And then Netflix documentary was out. It was still out. It's on Netflix right now. And he showed some screenshots of, and I had heard something about this like a year ago, but I never saw it. But that in the documentary, there's no reenactments. It's all just live footage of the investigation, of interviews and all that. And there's a scene in that movie where they're in this. I think it's something Smith. Is it not Susan Smith? No, that was another one.
Chris Waters?
Yes. I think it's Watts.
Chris Watts.
Yes. And they were in the house, and while they had the film crew in there, whatever they were doing, interviewing somebody, you can see in the back, I get goosebumps just seeing it. You can see in the girl's bedroom, you see this little kid peek out and peek right back. It's crazy.
In the documentary?
In the documentary, you can see it's like, they're not even focusing on the door's not even part of the scene. Like they're back in the corner of the kitchen,
peripheral
and
vision.
You can see like half of the door frame, and you see this little shadow peek out and peek right back. It's the creepiest.
Did you catch this, or did somebody point this out?
He pointed it out.
The TikTok guy.
The TikTok guy pointed it out, and so then of course I get onto his TikTok, and I liked it on here, so I'll show you.
Good.
And I'll share it. But then I get onto his TikTok, and there were some other things based on that documentary, and it was. In the actual documentary itself, they play some of the body cam footage of the police officers coming in to investigate. Like the first, I think it's even before.
How did I miss this?
I don't know. I have no clue. How did I miss it? I have no idea.
Right?
But they played some of the footage from the police officer's chest, and you can hear them when they walk into one of the rooms. They're walking into a closet. You can hear a kid laugh, and the officers in the house, they go, "What was that?" And one of the female officers says, "Well, that was creepy. That sounded like a kid." And it was like, it's their audio. It's not doctored. It's the craziest thing.
This is An American Murder?
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
An American Murder. Here it is.
Yeah. So I'll find that TikTok and I'll share it. But it's creepy, especially the little shadow, because there were no kids in the house. It was it was during, and that's what it was. They didn't have the film crew in there.
Spirits.
It was the investigator's camera. Yeah, that's all it was, and that's what caught it. And these producers got a hold of all this footage.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, but that little shadow man is rough.
You know what's interesting? I just caught some of the, remember I used to watch Ghost Brothers? Mm-hmm. I absolutely love those guys.
Oh, Ghost Brothers. I'm thinking of Douchey McMackerson or whatever his name is.
Ghost Brothers. The three guys.
Yeah.
One's a really super famous hairstylist. And then I think a cousin and his brother, or they're related somehow. But anyway, hilarious. They're funny, but they also get in some sticky wickets. And I watched, going back to season 1, and which was a few years ago, because they only did, I think, 2 or 3 seasons, and they were on, I can't remember what network. And
I think
then
it was Travel Channel or something.
That's what I was thinking. It was like American something or Travel something, and then they got picked up by another network, and then that network went bye-bye, and nobody's picked them back up, and they were fun to watch. But there was an episode in season 1 where they were in a hospital, I think, at one time. But anyway, at the far end of the hall, they're filming, and they had their cameras set up and their, the sensors and all this stuff, so they can pick all the gadgets, right? The video, you can see down at the end of the hall a person shadow, and it was not well defined, but it was defined enough. Totally freaked me out. Okay, so I stumbled across this because I woke up in the middle of the night on Saturday night.
Worst time to stumble across something
and
like
just
that.
said, "Oh, what's on? Oh my God, Ghost Brothers!" I hit play.
Worst thing
Freaked
to do.
me
well,
out.
yeah, worst thing to do when you're by yourself at 3 in the morning. And 3 in the morning is the witching hour. Like, you never do anything unless it's get up to get a drink of water at 3 in the morning.
Oh my
Especially
God!
turn on a stupid ghost show.
Dumbest thing ever.
That is the dumbest thing ever. Oh my God.
Anyway, it's still good. Ghost Brothers are still good. I'm just going to throw that. But I want to watch that movie now.
I will share. I'll grab the TikTok. I'll share that link out wherever I can. I'll show you. It is very creepy. It's
Excellent.
very eerie.
You know what? Honestly, it doesn't feel like a Monday anymore.
Yeah. We've
That's
saged.
weird. I think we did. I think we did we smudge it?
We said, and that's the name of the podcast. It was going to be the cart's hairy, but did we smudge it?
I think we smudged it.
Is it smudge it? I love it. Okay.
That felt good.
Well, thank you guys. That's another name for our podcast. Thanks for listening to our show.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.